Hello and welcome to NewsFirst Prime. This is Archana. In what can be called as a bold move, Palitana's decision to go completely vegetarian has raised many brows. Situated in Bhavnagar district of Gujarat, Palitana has become the world's first city to ban non-vegetarian food. Palitana's historic decision was made after persistent protests by Jain monks. Being largely a vegetarian state, many cities in Gujarat may soon follow suit. The ban in Palitana encompasses the sale and consumption of meat and butchering of animals for meat, making these actions illegal and punishable by law. This move followed persistent protests by around 200 Jain monks who demanded the closure of approximately 250 butcher shops in the city. The demonstration showcased the religious and ethical convictions held by the Jain community, who regard non-violence or ahimsa as the central tenet of their faith. In this regard, when I spoke to Dr. Amul Varani, a resident of Palitana, he said that people in their place always ate only vegetarian food, and it was only after Corona that stalls started selling non-vegetarian food inside the city. Earlier, they were all stationed outside the city, and now, keeping the religious sentiments of the Jains, he feels the government has done a good thing. But what is the religious significance of Palitana? Palitana is one of the holiest religious centers for the Shwetambar Murti Pujak sect of Jainism. Palitana is revered pilgrimage destination for Jains, often referred to as Jain Temple town. Located near the Shatrunjaya hills, it boasts of about 800 temples, with the Adinath temple being the most famous. These sites attract thousands of devotees and tourists each year, highlighting the city's spiritual importance. To present a context, Palitana is to Jains what Ram Janmabhoomi is for Hindus, Jerusalem for Christians and Mecca for Muslims. Jains consider Palitana sacred, for it's the cradle of Shatrunjaya hills, referred to as Shashvat Bhumi or eternal land, that will outlive the vicissitudes of time. It will continue to be a beacon of religiosity and salvation for billions of souls to come. In such a holy place for the Jain, supporters of the ban argue that public displays of meat can offend people's sensibilities and have a negative impact on the society. Now let's talk about the difference between veg food and Jain food. Vegetarian food or veg food typically excludes meat, poultry and fish, but may include dairy products and eggs depending on the individual's preferences. This diet is widely adopted in various forms across India, often influenced by cultural, religious and health considerations. Common vegetarian staple foods include grains, legumes, vegetables, fruits and dairy products like milk, cheese and yogurt. Jain food, on the other hand, follows stricter dietary laws rooted in the principles of Jainism, an ancient Indian religion emphasizing non-violence and minimal harm to living beings. Adherents of Jainism extend the dietary restrictions beyond standard vegetarianism. They avoid roots, vegetables such as onions, garlics, potatoes, carrots, as harvesting these plants involves uprooting and killing the entire plant, which is considered violent. Additionally, Jains refrain from consuming any kind of meat, fish, eggs and often honey, as it involves exploiting bees. Jain food is also prepared without using fermented products such as yeast, as fermentation involves the growth of microorganisms. The decision to ban on non-vegetarian food in Palitana and other Gujarat cities marks a historic milestone. As Palitana leads the way, the world watches to see how this bold move will impact the city's social and cultural fabric, and whether other regions will follow suit. Well, that's the end of this episode. For more such interesting updates, keep watching NewsFirst Prime.